So I'm sitting in my car at the beach waiting for my daughter to finish what she's doing. Bored. So as I started surfing the net, I came across a picture of Joselyn Hernandez and her parents. I immediately thought, these people are Negroes. Joselyn is always claiming to be some Puerto Rican princess. Oh shit, excuse me. You guys know who Joselyn Hernandez is, right? The girl on the reality TV show. She had a baby by Stevie J before he got with Faith. Joselyn Hernandez. She's always referring to herself as a Puerto Rican princess all the damn time. So I saw a picture of her and her parents, and I swear they don't look no different from me. Seriously. Actually, she doesn't even look any different from me. You know? Joselyn, the Puerto Rican princess, as she claims to be. We all know that Puerto Rican is not a race. Puerto Rican is not a race. So would you Puerto Rican people who think you're Puerto Rican stop saying, when somebody asks you what your race is, please stop saying that you're Puerto Rican. There's no such race as Puerto Rican, okay? I don't think y'all got the memo. At least those of us who have common sense, we know there's no such thing as Puerto Rican. This girl and her parents, I swear, look no different than me or you. Let me break this down to y'all so that you will understand this a little bit better. Let's use the term Mexicans, okay? Genetically, there's no such thing as Mexican. There's no such thing as Mexican, people. There's no such race. There's no such thing as a race of Mexicans, is what I'm trying to say. So, if you've been thinking that you're Mexican, your race is Mexican, you're totally mistaken. There's no such race as Mexican. The people that think they're Mexican are a mixture of mestizos. Their ancestry goes back to Europe and back to us, okay? If every race on this earth go back around the curve, back, guess who they will find out that they came from? Guess. From our black asses. That's funny as shit, but it's the truth. It's the truth. And it's weird because every other race think they're better than us. And if it wasn't for us, they wouldn't even fucking be here. So I find that hilariously funny. I do. I'm going to upset some people when I say there's no such thing as the Puerto Rican race. There's no Cuban race. There's no Brazilian race. And the list goes on and on. There's no Haitian race. There's no Jamaican race. And the list keeps going on and on and on. All these people think that they're Haitian, they're this and they're that. There's no such race as that, or as what I just named. Okay? So would y'all people stop saying dumb shit? Again, you people have been lied to, cheated, and bamboozled by your oppressors. You've been lied to. They use this tactic to separate us. And yes, it has worked because you have black people walking around thinking their race is the name of a city or a country. Okay? It's retarded. It don't even make sense once you really think about it. If you think that through, it doesn't even fucking make sense. A lot of people are thinking their race is based on the city or the country that they were born in. That is not a race. That's just where you were born at, people. Stop being dumb. Think things through. Okay? It's funny, but it's really sad because whatever massa tells you, you're ready to believe it. No question, you'll just believe it. Every time someone struggles to explain or select a racial identity, And every time a person's looks don't seem to match up with what they call themselves, it's a reminder that race is a social and political construct. You may ask, what does that actually mean? It means racial categories are not real. Racial categories are not real. Although race isn't real, racism certainly is. The racial categories to which we're assigned based on how we look to others or how we identify ourselves can determine real life experiences, inspire hate, drive political outcomes, and make the difference between life or death for people of color, for Black people specifically. Racial categorizations we use doesn't even make any real sense if you really think about it. Racial classifications didn't always exist, my people. A German scientist named Johann Blumenbach created one of the first race-based classifications. It's the basis of European strategy for making sense of treating some people better than others. American Europeans, or Europeans that are in America, invented race during the era of the American Revolution as a way of resolving the contradiction between a natural right to freedom and the fact of slavery. If whites were in their own category with innate differences backed by science, that category could be deemed superior. White people made up the race thing so that they could separate other people and feel superior to other people. As a result, they could justify their own rights and freedoms while enslaving others, excluding and otherwise mistreating people who had been placed in different racial categories. So it's a box. They have you check boxes so they can keep an eye on y'all and keep oppressing us. It's a hoax, my people. It's just a hoax. It's a man-made strategy for making sense of treating some people better than others. That's all it is. As political priorities change, American racial definitions adjust right along with them. So it's very political as well. Massa calls you what he wants to call you just to fit his agenda at the moment. The government started this race shit. Do you realize that the government can decide what they want humans to identify as? That's what these census, that's why the census are mandatory, because they want to keep up the racism and keep putting us all in different categories and shit. And that's why it's mandatory. But y'all think y'all free, huh? They even got Hispanics checking Caucasian boxes. I don't know if they still do, but they were, when Hispanics were coming into the country, they was having them check off European boxes, the Hispanics. A DNA test can give you information about where your ancestors came from, possibly. That's not the same as telling you what race you are. It's totally different. So again, y'all have been fooled by these fake ass tests. Yes, I'm calling out the fake ass tests that people are taking where they're saying, oh, well, you're from here and you're from there. It does not determine your race, and it does not determine if it's true or not, if your ancestors come from wherever, because shit changes over time. Nobody can tell us where we came from. Nobody. You're just wasting your money. These people have created a big ass mess. The Europeans have created a big ass mess, you know, and it's only because Most people believe everything they say, when in reality, everything that the European has taught us and everybody else is a lie. It's a huge, huge lie that has been going on for decades. Decades. And they know it. And they're teaching, and still to this day, they're teaching their children the same bullshit. Yep, that's why it's best to homeschool your kids if you're able. Because till this day, they're still teaching the fucking lie. Bullshit. Well, okay, my people, I got some things I need to do. Don't forget to check out my Cash App in the description box. Like my channel and subscribe. And please share this video. I love you guys. Toodles.